Hello and welcome to Sincere Tarot. This is your mid-month November element sign check-in, and welcome my lovely air signs, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. So I'm first going to pull a few cards for a general air sign forecast for the rest of November, and make sure you check the timestamps in the linked comment below. So directly after, you can go right to your zodiac sign, and there will also be a timestamp for your pick your own destiny card at the end. All right, so let's get started. I've already shuffled all of my decks off camera. I'm just shuffling a little bit more, and I'm going to start by picking a theme for all of my lovely air signs, myself included. I'm a Libra. For all of the air signs from my Mystic Mondays deck. So let's see. 1, 2, 3. Let's just do one more. Okay, once more. It's so funny because this actually flew out for me earlier when I was shuffling. So this is now, I suppose, all of the air signs theme of the month is, or the rest of November is the moon. So a lot of reflection, introspection, a little bit of soul searching. Also, you should definitely check your tarot forecast for November for your moon sign. And if you're not sure what your moon sign is, I really there are so many astrology website calculators you can look up online. You can easily find out your moon sign. You don't need to know your time of birth for that, but I really like Cafe Astrology website. But also this is a new deck, so I'm just refreshing myself on the extra meaning of the moon for this deck. And yeah, so a lot of subconscious activity, things might be coming up, a little bit of exploring the shadow self, the things that we hide, and not just the bad things but the good things, because every single human being is, in my opinion, like most of our mind and psyche, most of it is subconscious because we just don't have the mental capacity to deal with everything going on in us. When it comes to what we consciously know in our mind, it's just the tip of the iceberg. But the theme for the latter half of November is really going to be like exploring a lot of your subconscious self. A lot of things might be coming up. It might have a bit of feeling of some surreal activity going on, and a lot of reflecting. But we don't just repress negative aspects, also positive aspects. So when you do that shadow self exploration and dive deep and do a little bit of shadow work, I mean, yes, there will be dragons, but there will also be treasure. So just keep that in mind. All right. So now I'm going to pull 2 cards to represent how the 3rd and 4th week is going to be going for us lovely air signs. Again, like I said, all the decks, I've shuffled them off camera, just shuffling a bit more. All right, once more. Okay, once more. All right. All right, so it seems that for the 3rd week, we have got the 3 of Pentacles. So things related to work and success and making money, potentially investments, things like that. Things are going to be going really well. It's like you are a master, you're improving your skill, and really, really impressive work, looking amazing. A lot of people will be looking at your work and your skill and your talent and thinking like, wow, how do they do it? That is amazing. I thought that was impossible. You are making the seemingly impossible possible. Very, very talented. And yeah, a lot of people will be pleasantly surprised and will notice, okay? And then during the 4th week, the 5 of Swords. Okay, not very fun, but let me explain. So also Swords is the air sign, so that represents us, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra as well, quite often. It seems to be the energy of, during the 4th week of November, ruling through not respect necessarily, but through fear. A little bit more of a dictatorship in a sense, trying to really control the situation, But just know that whenever we try and maybe go a little bit overboard and maybe hold on a little bit too tightly to things and control things a little bit too much, it's because we have a little bit of lack, and of course this can always change, but at this moment in time, the 4th week of November, a little bit of a lack of trust in the universe and that things will, you know, turn out in our best interest. So we try to overexert our authority, maybe clamp down a little bit too tight. Definitely there's going to be a little bit of tension and a little bit of over control. Now that could be you, that could be someone else in your life, someone who's been insanely stubborn, and then there's no talking to them. It's just something that they're going to have to figure out in their own time, whether it's you or whether it's someone else. And this might have to do, you know, with the theme of the moon. Like, if this is you, why is it that you are clamping down, right? What is inside you that has this lack of trust that's creating that to happen in the 4th week? If this is someone else clamping down, how is that coming into your reality, in your world? So definitely do some deep soul searching, questioning like why certain things are happening the way that they are. They're obviously happening for a reason if we don't know what the reason is yet. Okay. I'm just going to be a minute laying out some cards for Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. Hit those timestamps in the pinned comment section to go to your specific zodiac sign, and make sure you stick around till the end where you pick your own destiny card, all right? All right, Aquarius. So just a bit of a quick recap. Theme of the month is the moon, reflection, introspection, shadow self, 3rd week, amazing skill and talent that you are showing off. 4th week of November, there is someone who's being very controlling, whether it's you or someone else. Now, Aquarius, we also have for you the Ace of Swords. So this is kind of like a new start. I feel like whether it's you or whether it's someone else that's been really controlling during that 4th week, it's kind of like there's a new start, a bit of a refresh. There must have been something that happened maybe due to this introspection from the moon that made you realize that you just can't be around the type of person that's being controlling, or if that's you, that it's just like you can't do that for very long and it's probably not helpful. So with the Ace of Swords, we've got a new start, a new adventure. You're doing your best to let go of your old baggage, and you're just starting anew. You still have your walls up a little bit, but I mean, the only reason anyone ever has their walls up is because they've been hurt before. So it's normal to sometimes get your defenses up, and it's not like we can let everyone in. There's a lot of crazy people out there, okay? And you know, sometimes we might be one of them. So it's always really important to like just be a bit discerning, but to also get out there. But you are going to be getting out there. You're going to be putting yourself out there. You'll have a little bit of hesitation, a bit of trepidation, but it's kind of like a new start in the way that you're thinking, and you're going to feel a lot less stressed, okay? But still safe within the confines of your rational, logical mind, all right? And the undercurrent is the Prince of Swords. So there's definitely going to be a little bit of struggle, but you are moving forward, and you are de-stressing. You really are figuring things out. You're figuring new ways of thinking, new ways of being, new ways of interacting with people. And you also might still be, if you are the person who is being a little bit controlled, you may be trying to figure out a way of getting what you want rather than through overt control, being manipulative in a way that they don't even realize that you are. And it's like being manipulative to people for a win-win situation, potentially, but you still might kind of have trying to control the situation a little bit much, but it'll be a little bit more subtle, and but it's still changing in a different way from a different perspective, okay? And it's not necessarily a bad thing, all right? Just a different technique. So, your advice card for this month is the Three of Wands, all right? So persistence, anticipation, progression, you are definitely moving forward in a positive way. Just step by step moving forward towards your goals, to the horizon, to your future. So yeah, definitely overall looking really good. So definitely a bit of struggle, right? But you're a fighter and you are going to progress, right? But just remember, reflection, introspection, but you're going to do that anyways, all right? Okay, so Gemini, let's see what the rest of the month has in store for you. Oh, interesting. Okay, so just a quick recap. The theme of the month is reflection, introspection, diving deep in shadow work. The third week, lots of skill and talent, potentially at work. And the fourth week of November, the Five of Swords, there might be a bit of overt authoritarian type of control, either from you or from someone else. For you, we also have the Four of Swords. So if it is you that is the person who's being a bit overtly controlling, this reflection has made you able to kind of step back, kick back, and relax, and realize that you don't necessarily need to be fighting people all the time. You don't need to be right all the time. You don't need to be proving your point all the time. You don't need to have all of these intellectual arguments, and you don't have to, you know what I mean? You're gonna just kind of kick back and relax and be like, you know what I know, and I'm just gonna chill, and I'm gonna pick my battles. I think that's what it is. I think you're realizing that you don't always pick your battles, okay? Only really get up in arms if there's actually a point. It's much nicer to just kick back, relax, and enjoy your time. If it is another person during the fourth week of November that's being overly controlling, I think you're gonna just kind of take a step back and just kind of go with the flow, and realize, you know what, I'm just not gonna get involved. I'm just gonna enjoy myself. I don't need to engage with this person if they're gonna be like this. So, and the undercurrent is the Ten of Cups. That's awesome. Enjoying life, going out, celebrating, probably spending time with friends and family, just really, really enjoying life and celebrating, feeling the love, giving the love, and just having a really good time. And your theme, sorry, this is a new deck, so your theme or your advice card is the Five of Swords. And that's also what's going on during the fourth week of the month for you as well. So it's really, really important that this kind of, it might be more you that's the person, but it might not necessarily be in a controlling manner. It could be you are just getting what you want. You're being a little bit selfish. You are potentially in a bit of survival mode, which is a bit overly controlling sometimes. And you are out to get what you want, even if it means other people get hurt or offended. You just want to win. It's not about getting along, it's more about winning. And I think that what this means is that your advice card is actually to put yourself first and be a bit selfish. Potentially to be wary of that, but I feel like sometimes you really do need to just go 100% for what you want and just be selfish. So often people in the spiritual community will constantly self-sacrifice, but that's not necessarily good for you. That's not necessarily good for other people. Right now is just freaking go for what you want, and some people are going to get offended. Some people are going to, maybe get hurt. But at the end of the day, I think you really need to put yourself first, okay? All right, Libra, that's my sign. So just a quick recap, we've got the moon is the theme, so introspection, self-reflection. We've got the Three of Pentacles during the third week, so amazing skill and talent at work. And then during the fourth week of November, the Five of Swords, which is just maybe being a little bit controlling, or you are around someone who's a little bit controlling and stubborn. And It looks like you also have the Two of Swords, which is a choice, weighing your options. This is an opportunity where you really need to use your rational mind, your rational thought to actually make this decision. It's going to be a little bit tricky. I always suggest with this card to just use your logic. So just maybe write a pros and cons list about this choice that you need to make. This is also, you might feel a little bit potentially stuck. You cannot avoid this choice for very long, okay? That will not be good. Sometimes it means a little bit of a stalemate, but you don't want that. And the undercurrent is the Two of Wands, Dominion, which is really good. So we also have, so it's another two. So it's really, I think, learning how to coexist, maybe with a potential other person, and just having really positive energy, really spiritual energy behind you. You can do this, like whatever it is that you're wanting to dominate. And that probably is in line a little bit with, you know, the skill at work with the Three of Pentacles during the third week, the Five of Swords with kind of gaining control, that you are able to get this control, and it's from this choice that you've made with the Two of Swords, okay? And, ooh, I love this one. Your advice card is the Nine of Cups. All right, that's pretty good. So the Nine of Cups, there's a lot of love, positive emotion. New deck, just looking this up to make sure I get everything. It's like fulfillment, pleasure, wishes come true, emotional satisfaction, just really feeling good. It's just such a good feeling, like feel the love. That is what you, is your advice card. Feel the love, because there's a lot of love there. A lot of people love you, and express your love to other people that deserve it, all right? All right, so now it is time, last but not least, for your destiny card. So pick a number, 1, 2, or 3 for your destiny card. Always pick the first number that comes to you. All right, if you picked 1, your destiny card is the Princess of Swords. Especially for you Aquariuses, you know, you got the Prince of Swords, so I think you also need to find a balance with the female and male aspect of your mind and rational thinking and logic and things like that. But just persevere, cut through the bullshit. Things that might be coming at you, you just need to cut away from the bullshit and deal with it. So that's your advice card. Trust your mind, focus on your mind, use logic. I would say is your advice card this month, a lot more than like emotion or intuitiveness. Just like use your head. We have many different ways of looking at the world, emotionally, spiritually, logically. If you picked one, you really need to, whatever comes at you, look at it, focus on it, deal with it from a more logical, rational perspective, okay? If you pick 2 for your destiny card, we've got the 8 of Discs, Prudence, but also things I think will be looking very well financially. Potentially some investments that you've made previously will really be paying off. And it could also be continuing to invest in things. Just whether it's like, it could be anything from like just something that you've put energy and effort into is paying off, okay? And that's in regards to material aspects, also could be with money and work, land, just improving your skills, going to school, like certain training that you've had, things that you've learned or spent money on. You need to spend money to make money, and right now it's more kind of the fruits of your labor aspect, all right? If you picked 3, we've got the 4 of Swords, which is a truce. So that's the calm in the storm, and it seems that if there's been some sort of battle, some dis-ease, some tension, some difficulty that's been causing mental stress and anguish, just know that that space has been made to create that calm. There's new growth and everything. Like, this is the start of finding balance, a lot, like with your mind and the thoughts that have been going through your head if you've been stressed or whatever. So just know that this is the start of the beginning of the end of the stress, okay? I hope that was helpful. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you never miss a video. Please comment below. Tell me what your sign is. Tell me what's going on for you this month. I love reading your comments. If there are other videos you're interested in, you are more than welcome to comment below and give me suggestions. I always love hearing from you. And if you would like a personal reading, you are more than welcome to email me at contact@sinceretarot.co.uk. See you next month. Bye!